All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another day of Today Is with Bobby and Joey, or Joey and Bobby, however I wrote it on the board. I don't.
Yeah, it's one of them. I think today is
National Taco Day. National Taco Day, as you can see. All right, Packer, our producer, is wearing his taco shirt.
Yep.
Come here.
Taco.
Come here.
As you can see, there's a little taco that's going into a pocket.
There's a taco in a pocket.
yeah.
All right, go sit down.
That is where most tacos should go, in pockets, to save for later.
That is correct.
Yeah.
All right, so how was your week? Today is October 4th. Is that right?
Yeah, Friday, October 4th.
Today is Friday, October 4th,
National
Taco
Taco
Day.
Day.
Now, I don't know if you knew this, but Taco Bell had a sale on Tuesday. Did you know about this?
I was aware of it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Taco Bell had a sale on Tuesday. If you missed it, it's too late. I don't know why I'm even talking about it, but it was interesting. It was a different kind of taco every hour that was $1. So, like, they had all kinds of they have all their tacos at Taco Bell. Each taco was $1, but at different times a day. How many tacos did you eat on Taco Tuesday at Taco Bell?
I had 0 tacos on Tuesday. It was Taco Tuesday, but this week I've not been able to really eat food, so I'm looking forward to actually having tacos today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You just don't eat food anymore?
Yeah, I've had to stop eating most food.
Oh, are you trying to get ready for your surgery?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it?
Sure.
You're pretty open about it. You're talking about it on TikTok, right?
Yeah. I am going through the bariatric surgery process, so they're going to cut part of my stomach out, so I lose weight by slowly starving to death, which is just a fun way to explain that. But
at least it's slow.
Yeah, it's slow. But I am changing what I eat and how I eat a lot. So this week has been mostly liquid diet.
Really?
Yeah.
And here we are on a food podcast, apparently.
Yeah. That's why I said, hey, they don't always have to be about food. I'm fine if they are.
Hey, just so you know, you don't think I'm a jerk. I'm the one who had the idea for National Taco Day. But Bobby didn't say, like, by the way, I'm not eating food right now. He's like, he came on, he jumped on board.
I said, hey, there's a chance for me to eat tacos at the end of this week. I'm jumping in.
Yeah, an excuse to eat tacos.
Yes. Like we ever need an excuse to eat tacos.
All right, well, our podcast is up and available.
Yes.
So first episode of the podcast up and available on all the platforms. I already checked. Well, all the ones that I could think of. iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, Podcast Addict. It's on all the podcasts. A couple others, too, I don't remember. I used the service to do it, so we should have... I checked. I think they're all up there now.
Awesome.
So, so far, I think last I checked, we had 5 downloads or something. So.
Nice.
So at least 5 people were listened to our last podcast.
It is,
plus Emery, who watched it on YouTube.
Yes, so that's 6 people. Frankly, that's 5 more people than I was expecting.
Yeah.
To start
one of them could have been me.
Right. Yeah, so I know that this is us getting our feet underneath us.
Yeah.
And
well, yeah. To be honest, the first one was to figure out how to do it. I think the first one was to figure out how to do it and to figure out how to get it online. That was the biggest hurdle for me, was figuring out how to get it online, which I did in time. That was my thing. Is I was worried I wouldn't be able to get it posted on National Chocolate Milk Day. That was my concern, and I got it. I got it posted. It was fine. Yeah. It worked out. But so now that's my biggest concern, is making sure it gets posted on the day that it happens.
Right. And so if people don't really understand what the podcast is yet, every day is a national day, or it's an international day. It signifies something, and usually it's something fun like National Taco Day. So that's what we're doing. Every day we're gonna have something on our podcast, and sometimes we get to eat.
Yeah. It's always going to be something national. Every national day has some sort of history. I think we should come up with an intro like, welcome to Today Is with Joey and Bobby. Every day is a national day. Today's national day is National Taco Day. Like that? Like something
Or
slick?
Start off with, today is National Taco Day, and then go into the open. So we have it says what it is up front, and then
Like a VO?
Yeah.
Like Patrick Stewart's voice saying, today is National Taco Day.
yes, and, or the news announcer, today, National Taco Day. Just an idea.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Right now we're just talking. Right now we're just messing around.
Yeah, right.
No, we don't really know what we're doing.
Yeah, we're 1.02 episodes in, approximately. Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you a question. So how long have you been a stand-up comic?
Oh, this is such a weird one. Off and on for a while.
Yeah, you took a break for a while.
Yeah,
I remember when you took a break, and then everybody forgot who you were.
Yes. Yeah. I think I first got on stage around 2002. But
Oh, really?
Really.
Oh, that long ago.
That long ago.
How old are you?
I am 48.
You're 48?
Yes.
That's insane.
I'm.
Do you dye your hair? Or
Man.
is that your natural hair color?
It's my natural.
You don't have
hair
any grays?
color. No.
I don't see any grays.
I've got a little. Mostly, the chest is. I like to say turning
show us.
blonde. But I'm.
I can't believe you're 48. This is the first time hearing of this. I've known you for a few years. I didn't know you were that old. I didn't know you were so old.
I didn't know that you are almost part of the AARP.
By the way, I'm 40. It's not like I'm 25 or something like that. But
but
I would never have guessed 48. That's crazy.
You are a young man.
Yeah.
Compared to me.
Yeah.
Almost a decade older than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. That you have no gray hairs.
I mean,
You've got good skin.
there's a couple in there.
I know, that's crazy.
Still can't really grow a beard. So I mean,
You're just waiting for that puberty to hit, I guess.
I mean, someday I'll grow up.
I did not know you were that old. So you first started stand-up comedy in like 2002.
2002-ish.
Yeah.
Got on stage, did some stand-up, some improv. Took several breaks from both.
When did you come back? That was what? That was like 7 or 8 years ago?
2018-ish.
2018 is when you hit it.
Yeah. When
I haven't seen you really leave since then, right? Since
right.
like 2018?
Yeah, 2018 I started getting back into it after pretty much taking a long time off.
Several years, right?
Yeah, years off. Like I'd done some commercials and a couple acting things, but no real stand up until I came back in 2018 and started really getting into the groove right when COVID hit.
Yeah.
Which was a break for everybody. And
I had you on my COVID show, my Comedy Super Friends.
Yes, yeah,
web series.
I had no idea what
I was going to bring this up last time. So you did a bit so if you want to check it out, it's still on YouTube. Comedy Super Friends, the web series. So I run a series of shows called Comedy Super Friends. It started as live shows. I have had you on several of them. Yes. I think the main Comedy Super Friends show was at Ronnie's Wings here in Green Cove. We filmed this in Green Cove Springs, by the way. Green Cove Springs, Florida.
Just south of Jacksonville.
Yeah, just about 30 minutes south of Jacksonville. We both live in a county called Clay County. Yep. He lives in Middleburg.
Yes.
I live in Green Cove Springs. Both small towns-ish. Middleburg not as small as Green Cove. Green Cove is pretty small.
Yeah.
It's a small town. I like living in a small town.
Yeah,
I like living outside of the city.
Small towns are great. I grew up in a small town feel, and I want to keep that.
Yeah, me too. So we both enjoy living in small towns about 30 minutes outside of Jacksonville. You're a little bit upper west more than me, right?
Yes.
Like you're, yeah.
Yep.
Middleburg's a little more western than me. I'm a little more south of Jacksonville. I forgot where I was going with this. Oh yeah, Ronnie's Wings.
Ronnie's Wings.
So Ronnie was a fixture in Green Cove Springs. Ronnie had owned that restaurant. He doesn't own it anymore, but he owned that restaurant for, I don't know, 50 years maybe. I don't know. Like everybody's like, as far as they can remember, he's been there. He had owned that restaurant, Ronnie's Wings. And he was very old at that time. And this was, when I started that show, that was probably 5 or 6 years ago.
Right.
So at that time, he was old. And he had owned a Beef O'Brady's in Palatka that had a comedy show. And it was a Jackie Knight's room.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if you were around those days. You probably were around, but I don't know if you ever did that show.
I never did that show.
Yeah, there was a Beef O'Brady's in Palatka that he ran, and they did a Jackie Knight's show there. And he liked having a show there, actually. So when I came to him, I just showed up at the restaurant. When I moved here, so I guess this was 6 or 7 years ago, because we moved here when Packer wasn't born yet. He's almost 7.
Okay.
So it was within a year or two of moving here. I wanted to start a show. I wanted a show that was less than a couple. Like I just wanted something close. Right. I wanted to set up a show that I didn't have to go on the road for. And I keep pointing that way. I don't even know if the restaurant is that way in relationship to my house. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it's that
seems
way.
right. Yeah.
So I wanted a show that was close to my house, and I basically cold called all of the businesses that served alcohol in the area. I don't drink alcohol. I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I don't drink alcohol. Nobody in my family does. However, most comedy shows have alcohol. I would say 99% of the shows I do, the venues serve alcohol.
Yes.
And I think it's very hard to try to get people to come to a comedy show if there's not alcohol being served. But I looked at all the venues around here. There's a place called Sweet Sensations.
Yes, they have a very good lunch.
They have great lunch. They're not open for dinner. And I actually contacted them to have a special one night a month opening dinner time to do a show. Now they serve liquor, but they don't have like actual liquor. I think they're only allowed to serve I don't know, lunch liquors. Like they have like champagne there, like for mimosas, and that's like it. So I think they probably have a beer and wine license or something like that. So they didn't have a full bar or anything, but I was going to, they were willing to do it at the time. I probably would have gone with them if Ronnie's hadn't gotten back to me. But I cold called Ronnie's too, and he was into it. He wanted to do it. So we set it up. I did that show for almost 2 years. We had it there. That was our main Comedy Superfriends show. And it was not great. It was good. We had good shows, but the staff didn't really care about it. So that's fine. I'm not mad that they didn't care, because they're it probably was annoying for them for us to do a show there, but they didn't have a back room. That's why I wanted to do the show.
It was a great back room.
And it had lights.
Yeah.
And a stage. And they never used it for anything. So I was I want to have the show here. And I brought my own sound system, and I used their lights, and we had the show there for 2 years. And there was only really one waitress that liked it, and when she was around, she would ask to do it because she would get good tips from the audience members. And most of the time, I would not have any less than 20 people there. 20 was a low night, but most of the time it was 20 to 30 people. So I'm bringing in 20 to 30 people on a Saturday night that they normally wouldn't have those people on that Saturday night. I don't know. I guess the waitresses maybe just felt like it was annoying to have people there for 2 hours that weren't no turnover for 2 hours. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
For whatever reason, they didn't like it.
No turnover, but they also wouldn't have been using those rooms.
That was always my point. And Ronnie knew that. Ronnie's yeah, you're bringing in business, and I wasn't asking for any money from Ronnie. I only asked him for 2 free meals. That was it, a meal for me and a meal for the headliner. Yep. And then that was the only payment I asked of him. And then I charged tickets at the door, and it was, we had some really good shows. We had some not so good shows. We only ever had to cancel one for people not showing up. There was only ever one time in the 2 years we did it where we couldn't continue. Now, there was one waitress, Amanda. She liked it, I think, because she then after it kind of fizzled out during the pandemic, like everything, and I never went back there. But she called me after the pandemic and was like, "Hey, can we do a show there?" I was already running another show though at the time, but that was the first permanent Comedy Super Friends location.
Okay, yeah, and it was a good show.
Yeah, it was a great show. I loved it, and the name grew there. That's where I really grew the brand Comedy Super Friends. So when the pandemic happened, I wanted to keep the show going, and so I started doing an online version of the show, and it turned into sketches. Like it turned into sketch comedy. At first, it was comics would send me stand-up videos,
right,
and then can you go tell Packer to stop doing whatever he's doing? I can hear him on the microphone. What's he doing back there?
Probably calling James.
Oh, well, tell him he can't. Is he back there or is he in my room?
He's back.
Okay, tell him he's got to be quiet. I don't know what he's talking to James about, but...
Okay. He's very excited.
I can hear all of that on the microphone. Okay.
Yeah, he's calling James.
Okay. All right, sit down. What was it? Okay, so so we did the online show, and I asked Bobby to be a part of this show, and he sent me a sketch of it was like you can go online and watch it. I don't remember what episode it is, but after that so the sketch was you were ready for the
NFL draft.
Yeah, the NFL draft. You're like, I want to get drafted in the NFL draft. You being Bobby Parker, not having played football since
like 97, I think was the last year I took the field.
And you're like, I'm ready to play football. I'm working out. And part of the bit was you eating a salad and staring down the barrel of the camera. Like you stood down, like you just looked at the camera and ate the salad. And I thought that was hilarious. It was like my favorite part of the sketch. And so much so that I threw it in random times during the show. Like I would just like cut to you eating a salad in the middle of other episodes that you weren't a part of. I would just cut to that, or like I would end an episode. I would always do some sort of stinger at the end, or like we'd end it with. I usually ended it with fan mail, and then I would say, "All right, have a good night," and then we'd have the ending credits, and then Bobby eating a salad at the end of the show. And it was so much so that my kids recognized you from that. When I say Bobby Parker, they say, "Who's Bobby Parker?" I say the salad guy. They're, "Oh, I know who you're talking about." Like that's how they know you, is the salad guy.
Which is weird because it's like these are the only people in the world that would know me as the salad guy.
Yes. You know, Bobby Parker, the salad guy.
Obviously.
There are 3 people in the world that refer to you as the salad guy, and they're all my kids.
Yes.
Nobody else knows that. Nobody watched that show, so like nobody even would know that reference. But I think I had you in the opening credit sequence after that too. The next season, I had you in the opening credit sequence, and then I would still throw you in at the end sometimes. So it was just Bobby eating a salad. And if this had been a real show, you would have gotten some good residuals off of it. But
yeah.
Unfortunately, it made no money.
That's actually where this podcast came from. I'm like, I'm going to capitalize on being the salad man at some point.
Yeah.
Let's make this happen, Joey.
Yeah, that is my children's reference to your existence as being the salad guy. So you came back about 2018.
Yes.
I've been doing stand-up since. I thought it was 2015, but that can't be right because I thought I was at 10 years. Or maybe I'm about to be 10 years. And that doesn't make any sense. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, 24. That would be only 9 years.
9. Yeah.
But I've been saying 10 years.
It feels like 10
Maybe
years.
Maybe it was 2014. I got to ask Christina Shriver. She started the same time I did.
Yeah.
I think it's been 10 years. What, Daniel?
When are you going to start eating tacos?
Daniel says, when are we going to start eting tacos?
It is National Taco Day.
It is National Taco Day.
That's fair.
Listen, we're getting into it. I forgot the thing. Okay, so this... The whole reason I asked you this question is because before the show started, Daniel asked you, or was talking to you about being a stand-up comic, and you said...
I would never recommend somebody be a stand-up
I agree.
comedian. It's
yeah.
It's a wonder. I love being on stage, telling jokes, making people laugh, and the rest of it is somewhat miserable. I mean,
Yeah, I would not recommend being a stand-up comic to anybody. If anybody's like, hey, I've been thinking about being a stand-up comic, most of the time I bully them and say, like, no, you haven't. You're not funny. Stop it. Actually, you know what? I've gotten to the point. So I run an open mic on Mondays, Shantytown Pub in Springfield in Jacksonville. It's a great open mic. Like, we always have a lot of people there. But unfortunately, we also always have a lot of comics there. I know that sounds weird to say unfortunately, but we're talking 25 to 30 comics every week, and it is brutal to host. I'm the host of the show. I had to institute a bucket to where only the first 10 comics get 5 minutes, everybody else gets 3 minutes, and it's random. Because I didn't want to be there till 11 o'clock at night. It starts at 8:30. I was getting out at 11. Like, that's crazy. The latest I want to be... honestly, I want to be there maybe till 10. Like, an hour and a half show, I think, is perfect. But, 10:30 maybe at the latest, but definitely not 11 or 11:30. And there's another mic after that.
yes.
So I just started... I had gotten to the point where I was so annoyed with the show that I was outwardly mean to the other comics from the stage. Now, the thing that backfired about this is that we're all comics, right? So they think I'm doing it as a bit, which I was definitely playing it up for the bit, but I was genuinely angry at these comics for being here, for being there. I would yell at them and tell them that they should stop doing comedy, and and I was like, "You're not funny. Stop. I don't even know why you said that." Like, I would get up there and just destroy them after they would do their sets, in hopes that they would maybe leave stand-up comedy and I could get a moment's peace and get out of the show early. It absolutely backfired. I think we have more comics than we did before. And they all think I'm their best friend now because I've roasted them.
People are watching the wrong things online. Like, just because somebody roasts you doesn't mean they love you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I get it.
But every time I see a new comic, I'm like, I don't think you know. They don't. I mean, I didn't when I started, but I'm like, whenever I see a new comic jump in, and I'm like, and certain new comics, you're like, oh, they might have something. Like, and I'm not saying they even have to be funny yet.
No.
But you see something sometimes where you're like, okay, they've got a drive at least. They've got, and they're willing to be a sponge and kind of absorb what funny is for a while. I think that's the only time where I'm like, oh, they might have a chance. But 90% of the time when I see a new comic, I'm like, oh, I'm like, they don't know what's going to happen. What, Daniel?
Is being a sponge a good thing?
Yes, being a sponge is a good thing. You want to absorb funny.
Yes. I think one of the things that I've done is when people are like, oh, I've always wanted to do comedy. I say, get on stage and try it. But
Yeah.
I don't recommend doing this because it's just so difficult.
It's really hard. And it's not even hard, like, in the sense, I mean, the business aspect of it is definitely hard, but that's not even what I'm talking about when I say it's hard.
No.
Like, it's hard in a way that you don't know. Okay, if I'm genuine with somebody and I like them as a person, even if I think they shouldn't do stand-up comedy, if I like them as a person and they come up to me and they say, hey, I want to try stand-up comedy. What is your advice? First thing I say is just go to an open mic. Don't go up yet. Just go to an open mic for a couple weeks. Honestly, going to an open mic will give you confidence because you'll be like, oh, I can do this. Because you'll see a bunch of crappy comics.
Yes.
And you'll think you can do it. And then go on stage as many times as you can, as often as you can, and as variety of places as you can. Just constantly go on stage for years. It takes years of doing that before you can even be good on a booked show or something like that.
Absolutely. I am one of the comedians that very much dislikes open mics. And and the thing, I know how important they are. I get that. I do not want to bash open mics in any way or form. I'm not. It's a personal preference because most of the time, most of the mics I've been to in Jacksonville are just other comedians, and it's great.
That is true. Yeah, that is true.
You know, people work on the craft, but comedians are also make the worst audience.
Yes.
And I want an honest reaction from people, not comedians.
That is true. It is a lot of comics. I will say I would say 50. It's 50-50 at Shantytown. I would say 50% of the time you'll have a decent amount of audience members that are real for that room. You know, we're talking 5 to 10 audience members, and then you'll have 5 to 10 comics, right, in Shantytown. So that's part of why I like Shantytown, because there's always going to be a group of civilians there, even if it's only a few, to bounce my jokes off of.
Yes. Yep.
Freshbot most of the time has audience members there.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of comics that show up to that one, you know, anywhere from 5 to 10 comics, but with the exception of this last, were you there the last time? Last time we had mostly comics. I think there was like maybe one audience member last time.
I was. Everything blends together.
But I would say most of the time we have a decent crowd at Shantytown. It is different. I feel like not Shantytown. Freshbot. I do feel like the Freshbot, which is in Middleburg, your hometown.
My hometown.
The Freshbot, I feel like, is different than other open mics. Like most of the time we have a decent audience there, and it's a well set up room, meaning it's a DJ who runs it, owns that bar.
Yes.
So he has a good sound system. He's got good microphones. He's got good places. I put in music cues.
Yeah, it's a nice stage.
Like it's a good stage. Yeah. It has good lights. All of that's good. Like it's a professional setup. He's got plenty of room. So when we have good shows there, we have great shows.
Yes.
And I love doing that room. But you're right. Most of your run-of-the-mill open mics are mostly comics in the audience.
Yep.
And you kind of have to deal around that. Like you're used to having mostly comics there, and that's good and bad because you can kind of workshop. That's good, but it's also bad because it's like, well, I haven't had a real audience member in
and
3 weeks or something like that.
As much as I love to talk comedy and write jokes and things like that, I think one of the issues with just performing for comedians is everyone has got their opinion, and
yes.
until you know how to filter through that yourself. Yes. I've seen so many young comedians just being led astray. Like, hey, you need to tell this joke this way or this, and there's a lot of bad advice.
Yes,
or
there's a lot of bad advice. Yes,
I love writing a tag or saying, hey, you're going here with a joke. I'd love to hear more about this, and just kind of leave it open ended.
Yeah,
and just say.
I have gotten so many bad tags from open mics, like coming off stage and somebody coming up to me and be like, hey, you should say this, to the point where it's like you got to just know who you trust and then only listen to them, especially at an open mic.
Yes.
Hey, Daniel, is it still recording, the video? Okay, just double checking. All right. 30 minutes sounds like a good spot to start with the tacos.
Oh, yeah. So it was just too difficult to like go get all of the tacos.
Yeah.
So I just got a couple hard tacos and some soft tacos from Taco Bell, because it's classic. These are the tacos I had when growing up, and then I also got some tacos from Tijuana Flats because I wanted something better than Taco Bell tacos.
All right, let's start with Taco Bell tacos.
Yeah. So I've got. Some soft and some hard tacos. I just went regular soft, regular hard.
All right, can you move that back over a little bit, and we'll get these in camera. All right, so lay them out like this.
So I say a couple. I got 3 apiece, and there's some salsa in here.
All right, so we've got 6 tacos.
6 tacos.
6 tacos.
6 Taco Bell tacos. 3 hard, 3 soft.
6 Taco Bell tacos, 3 hard, 3 soft. All right. So, how should we do this? Should we just start with the taco?
Yeah. Just Just have a taco. These were the tacos like I grew up with.
Are they different flavors or they're just standard?
Just standard tacos.
Okay. So this is your standard beef taco.
Yeah, standard beef soft, and this is a hard taco over here.
All right. Should we feed each other like it's a wedding?
Oh, I think so. I think that is pretty much how it's required. Which one do you want to have a bite of?
Well, I don't. It doesn't matter. We're gonna try both.
Okay.
So here, feed me a bite of. Here. I'll feed you a bite of soft. Feed me a bite of hard.
We gonna wrap our arms around each other?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Or wait. So wait. Do I feed myself then?
Yeah.
Is that how it works? Okay. All right, that was weird. I hope that was funny for you. Is this a Supreme?
Oh yeah, I think I got Supreme.
Oh, I like Supreme. I prefer Supreme because it has the sour cream in it. Right?
Ditto. Yeah.
And tomatoes? Is that the difference?
Yes. Yeah. I'm usually not a tomato guy, but it doesn't really bother me.
So, what's your preference on tacos, hard or soft?
I'm a fan of both. Usually, if I'm having them there, they're going to be hard, because the hard get a little bit soggy.
That is true.
But I like them both, so I don't really care that much.
Packer, what's your opinion? Hard or soft?
Soft.
Soft?
You want a soft taco?
You want a soft taco? Come here. Here. Here, try this soft taco and give me a rating 1 to 10. Do you like tacos? You're not our taco kid, though.
I just like soft ones.
Oh, you just like soft ones? So what do you say? 1 to 10, what's your rating?
9.
9?
9?
Wow.
That's a great taco.
That's a good taco. Here, you can go finish it if you want.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to try a hard taco.
I had to take another bite because I'm hungry.
Yeah, I know. I realized I'm hungry too now. I would say yes, I agree. If I'm taking them to go, hard tacos are a tough sell because they sog. Yeah, they do get soggy. So I would say taking it to go, soft tacos are going to be better later.
Unless, let's be honest, I've had tacos to go where I've just eaten them immediately in the car.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
So hard or soft right then doesn't matter. But if there's any length of time, I'm probably going to go soft taco.
So the hard taco, the downside to bringing it somewhere is it dries out too.
Yes.
So it gets soggy and then the edges of it kind of get dry.
The Taco Bell taco though, they have the soft. It's the flour tortilla. The more traditional tacos use the corn tortilla.
The soft corn, yeah.
The soft corn tortilla, and they always have 2 of them, and I don't know why. It seems like there's always 2.
That is true. Maybe it's because they're afraid they're going to break or get soggy.
That seems.
You're
like,
right. Whenever you get street tacos, it always comes with 2 tortillas.
Yeah, if it's corn.
Yeah, if it's corn.
If it's wheat, it's just 1. I think gluten is stronger, maybe.
That is weird. I've always noticed that too.
Yeah.
Now, Taco Bell does not have soft corn.
No, they do not.
It's either flour or hard shell corn.
Yeah.
And something that I've always been amazed at with Taco Bell is that they are able to get 87 dishes with the exact same ingredients.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how. Like, you get a tostada, you get a taco, you get a burrito. It's all the same stuff.
Yeah. The only difference they've got their beef stuff. They've got their chicken stuff.
Right, yeah. You change the protein.
And their bean stuff.
Yeah.
And any combination of those with...
Basically, yeah, your only variation is changing the protein content.
Yes. Well, what's weird, like, I grew up in Ohio, and we had a lot of foreign friends. So, like, very good friends with Thai people. My mom was like in a master's program with a Thai lady, and so we knew them. They had good Filipino friends, Japanese friends. So we had a lot of Asian influence. We had almost zero Mexican influence. It were like Southern. South America influence. So Taco Bell was like as Mexican as we'd get. Maybe we'd go to Chi-Chi's.
Well, also back in the Midwest, because I lived in the Midwest for a while too. Most of my life has not been in the Midwest, but I lived in the Midwest. I lived in Iowa, Ohio, and Indiana. Indiana is the Midwest, but there also is some South in there too. There's some Southern influence, but I know what you're saying. Like there's like, and back when we were kids, Mexican restaurants were not the Mexican restaurants you see today. You didn't come across authentic Mexican restaurants. They were not the same kind of food. And honestly, I didn't really like Mexican restaurants in the Midwest when I was growing up because I had also lived in Texas. So like that was like the mecca of American Mexican restaurants is Texas.
The Tex-Mex.
Yeah,
it's
like
its own,
it's its own, which is what Taco Bell is. Taco Bell's a Tex-Mex, really. It's not, you're not getting these kind of tacos in Mexico. But I will say, having lived in Texas, we also would go to Mexico a lot, and we'd get food down there. Now, the food I would eat in Mexico, I know they do have tacos. They do have the stuff down there that you would think the words exist down there: taco, burrito, enchilada, stuff like that, tamale. But when you go to a restaurant, it's not like you go to a restaurant in Mexico that is serving Mexican food. I say that because I'm sure there's restaurants that serve pizza in Mexico.
Yeah.
But you go to Mexico and you get Mexican food in Mexico. It's not the same food that you get at salsas.
Right.
Even though that is fairly authentic Mexican food made by Mexicans, it is a different, like, you're not just getting like a plate of 6 tacos. Like, I mean, they have those down there, but like the Mexican restaurants we went to when we went to Mexico, because we lived right on the border for years.
Right.
I don't remember it. They were dishes, like you'd get like a pork dish or something like that, or like, and it would have Mexican flavors in it and stuff like that. But it's like they had their own. They're not eating tacos every time.
Right. It's the equivalent of somebody coming to the United States and saying, "I want to go have barbecue." Like, oh, what kind?
Yeah.
Because it's like
right.
It's very regional in their specific dishes. While it's all barbecue, it's very different.
Well, any country where you're like, I want to go have blank food. American might be the exception because America has such a melting pot of different kind of restaurants. But it's like, you're like, oh, I'm going to France. I want to get French food. You're not just getting baguettes and sandwiches. Like, there's different kinds of French food, or there's different variations of French food. I think when I think of Mexican food in Mexico, I'm thinking of a way of seasoning, I would say. Like, you're eating local seasoning. Like, because they grow the peppers in Mexico, and they grow the seasons in Mexico. So, like, you go down there, and I'm expecting, if I'm in Mexico, I'm expecting a way of seasoning food, basically.
I'm thinking of like slow cooked meats.
Slow cooked meats.
Stews.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, stews and soups, stuff like that. They love stews and soups.
Yes, they have. Oh,
in Mexico.
We have our second round of tacos to try.
Now these are from a
restaurant called Tijuana Flats.
Okay, so Tijuana Flats is a more expensive restaurant. You can tell because it came in a to-go container instead of paper.
And they have their hot sauce bar. So I brought 3 hot sauces.
Oh, okay.
It's not National Hot Sauce Day, but I figure why not?
Yeah, we're eating tacos
because they're there.
Now, I will say about Taco Bell, I like Taco Bell. I eat it a lot. I eat Taco Bell a lot. But if anybody's like, hey, where can I get the best taco? I'm not recommending Taco Bell.
No. I also eat Taco Bell more than I should.
That's my go-to road food because I can eat it with one hand in the car. And, like, if I'm on the road coming home from a show and I have to drive like 2.5 hours to get home, I'm eating Taco Bell. Because I can eat it with one hand in the car, and it's cheap.
It's cheap.
It's the cheapest amount of food you can get in a fast food place, and I don't like fast food burgers for the most part. I'm not a big fan.
They're very hit or miss. Ooh, these come with some chips as well.
The chips.
You want a
You
chip?
would like a chip?
Yeah.
Here, take a chip.
I want a chip.
Here, Daniel would like a chip.
Please have
Should
have a
we
taco.
test the hot sauces with the chips?
Sure, I'm down with that.
I am afraid to open this. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna keep it on this plate here. Here, you want a plate for hot sauces? Or you got a plate over there? Or you just put it on the same plate? All right, now, Daniel. Hey, Daniel.
What?
Can you get me a Yoo-Hoo from the little refrigerator? I want to have a drink just in case these are too hot.
It's not National Chocolate Milk Day.
I know it's not National Chocolate Milk Day, but will you go get me one? We still have Yoo-Hoos left over from National Chocolate Milk Day, our last episode.
It's the last can.
Is it the last can of Yoo-Hoo? All right. I'm going to drink the last can of Yoo-Hoo. I got to shake it, though. How is it? What did you try so far?
I tried the dark red one.
Any
Which-
idea what it is?
It's a little bit sweet, not too hot. That one you're trying, I know, is very sweet.
The one I'm trying right now?
Yes.
It's kind of a clear...
And hot.
It's kind of a clear... That's good, though. That is like a sweet... I like the sweet and the salty of the chip.
Yes.
Oh, that's
yeah.
good.
It is a very, very good hot sauce.
The chip is very salty.
Yeah, the chips are very salty.
I love
Now,
salty.
I will say this. I don't think I've ever had Tijuana Flats.
Okay.
Is it... Where is it? Is it Fleming Island?
Yeah,
wanna-
it's actually right next to the Taco Bell.
Oh, great. Yeah, that's kind of Taco Row over there, I guess. There's like Taco Bell, Chipotle, and Tijuana Flats. You want another chip? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, have more.
I want another chip.
I've got Yoo-Hoo as my palate cleanser. All right, I'm gonna try the red one. How's the red one? Is it good?
It's not as sweet. It's probably got about the same amount of spice. More of a traditional hot sauce.
No, it's definitely more tomatoey. More traditional hot sauce, yeah.
And the green one's more jalapeno based, I believe.
See, I'm not a big jalapeno fan. Are you?
It's okay.
My wife loves jalapenos.
I like peppers a lot. I usually cook with poblano peppers because it's not as hot, but I think better flavor.
So, in my opinion, that clear one, my favorite one of these three.
Oh yeah, that is my favorite one. I get that every time.
Really? You don't remember what it's called, though?
It's called Smack My Rear and Call Me Sally.
Does it say rear?
No,
it doesn't say rear.
It does not.
This is Smack My Rear and Call Me Sally. We're trying to keep this podcast clean.
Yes.
There are children present. That is my favorite.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Yeah,
So I would give this this is a 10 out of 10 here.
yeah. Those.
This one is more traditional. If I'm looking to put it on a taco, maybe more because if I want the tomatoey taste.
Yes.
So I'd say like maybe 7 out of 10 on this one, and then this one's maybe I don't know. I'm not a big fan of jalapeno. It's very jalapeno flavored.
Yes. Yeah.
So I would say like maybe 6 out of 10 on this one. It's not bad, but I'm not a big fan. But this is that Smack My Rear one.
Yes.
That is a 10 out of 10. It's really good.
One thing about Tijuana Flats I love, on Father's Day, you can go there and fathers get a free taco.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So,
I wonder if they're doing anything for National Taco Day.
Can I try one?
You want to try a hot sauce?
Yeah.
Okay, I would recommend trying that one maybe. I don't know. Which one's not as hot? Do you like hot food?
Yeah.
Okay, try it. Go ahead. You might have to go get a drink right after.
This one?
Sure.
yeah. Try
Try
that
it. Go
one.
ahead and give me a rating.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Wow.
I feel like Packers.
We need you to be an Olympic judge for.
For Australians who are trying to break dance.
And maybe a 9 out of 10. Okay.
Okay. So these look like traditional hard shell Tex-Mex.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
You want to move that box out of the way?
Yes.
So these look like traditional hard shell Tex-Mex. They're big. These are big tacos.
Yes, those are nice sized tacos.
So I'm gonna put the hot sauce.
Daniel, you want a different? You want another taco?
What?
You want another taco?
I never had any tacos.
Would you like a taco? Come.
All right. Should we bring him on as a guest?
Here's you can have.
Here, come on. Here, Daniel. Come stand over here.
Okay.
Check. Testing. All right, this is your microphone.
Okay.
Here, I'm just gonna put it here. All right, ladies and
Hello.
gentlemen, today here we have a guest here today. This guest here is actually in honor of National Taco Day. This is a taco expert. We have brought a taco expert on specifically for National Taco Day. Daniel, how many tacos do you think you've had?
More than I can count.
More than he can count. I would say maybe upwards of 500 million tacos. Right?
More than
With
that.
More than 500 million?
Yeah.
So Daniel Rokovitz has had more than 500 million tacos, I would say. And so he is our taco expert.
Any more chips?
Yeah, you can have some more chips. So he is our taco expert, so he's going to try a taco for us. You want to try soft or hard first?
Soft.
Okay, we're going to go soft Taco Bell.
What taco is it?
It's just a regular soft shell Supreme.
Okay.
So it's kind of messy a little bit. Here, so hold it up. Take a bite. Okay. Now chew it up and swallow it. Let me know what you think. Give me a rating out of 10.
That's really good.
It's really good. What do you think? 1 out of 10. What's your rating? 1 to 10.
7.9.
7.9.
7.9.
Daniel says 7.9 on that one. Do you want to try a hard shell now and rate that one? Let's have you rate the hard shell.
Yes.
Okay.
My taco that I ate was like a 10 out of
Can you hand me that hard shell? Okay. Let's have you do the hard shell now.
Okay.
Okay, take a bite of the hard shell. What do you think? Eat that for a little bit. Now, Daniel, I'm going to give a little history. Taco Bell is one of your favorite restaurants, right? Taco Bell. Whenever we're asking the kids in the car where they want to go,
Everybody says McDonald's.
everybody
except
says
me.
McDonald's except for Daniel. Daniel loves Taco Bell. That's why I brought him on the show. He's definitely a taco expert. What do you think? Do you think it's better or worse than the soft shell?
I think it's worse.
You think it's worse?
I didn't get as much meat and cheese in that bite.
Yeah, you like the soft shell better.
Yeah, I think this is a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. This is 7.9 is the soft shell. Okay, hold this. All right, I'm gonna try. Let's try the Tijuana Flats ones now.
All right.
Do you want a fresh plate? You still have a plate? Oh, dang it!
I've got this
Drop it. All right. Now, one thing I will notice. This is the weirdest shape for a hard shell taco. It's like an oval shape, though. It's not like a full. It's not like a circle.
Yeah,
They're long tacos.
it's kind of like the ones that they sell in the store where it's like the flat bottom.
Yes.
So you can fit stuff.
But it's
in
like,
there.
look how long it is, though. I've never
Yeah.
seen a taco shell that long. All right, I'm gonna take a bite.
I'm going to give this a 5.9 out of 10.
Okay.
This is really
I gotta be honest. Now, it stayed crispier than the Taco Bell. I gotta be honest. It's not that much better than Taco Bell.
No.
Really? Like, do you feel the same way? Now, maybe they have fancier food there that you can get besides tacos, but I assume it was more expensive than a Taco Bell taco.
Yes.
It's not as good. I mean, it's not that much better. No, don't put that on. That's not that much better than Taco Bell taco. It's spicier, but
I don't know if it's spicier. Well, I also didn't have a bite of jalapeno. These have jalapenos on them.
do you agree, or do you think it's worth the money more?
I think that again, if you're there it's probably worth about the same. One of the meals here versus Taco Bell, like if you're
eating it there is probably fresher, so it's
Right.
going to be fresher. But like, the beef doesn't hit me. Like, it doesn't feel like it tastes any better than the Taco Bell beef.
yeah, I mean it's
I gotta be honest. I expected it to be better. I expected it to be like, oh, the beef's probably going to be marinated or something, and no, just normal ground beef.
regular ground beef.
Now, the hot sauces though.
Hot sauces are fantastic.
Hot sauces are fantastic.
Yes.
Taco Bell doesn't have anything like that.
No.
Which I'm going to do now. I'm going to put a little bit of it on there. So I will say, just for the hot sauces, it's worth the trip.
I really like this one. It's very sweet and hot.
Hey, Daniel. Try that one now. Eat the other end. Yeah. What do you think? You think it's any better than the Taco Bell? Or do you think it's just as good? What's your rating on this? 1 to 10. 1 to 10 on Tijuana Flats. Ooh, I got a
You got a jalapeno?
I got a jalapeno. Oh, been into a jalapeno.
Well, it's better than the hard shell Taco Bell, but it's not as good as the soft shell.
So
Taco.
soft shell gets a 7.9. What does this get?
This would probably get a 7.1.
7.1. 7.1 Tijuana Flats. Hard shell beef taco.
Well, it would have been a 7, but I do like that it's a little bit spicy.
It is a little bit spicy. I'm gonna pour some more hot sauce on this.
That sauce is kind of top notch.
Yeah, like honestly, I've been to restaurants like that where it's like this food is decent, but then you get the sauces or the cheese or whatever, and it's like, oh, this is really good.
And they sell that by the bottle there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so
I wonder how much that is. I might get some.
but, yeah, these are basically the kind of tacos I grew up with, which I like. They're good, but I've really found that I think there's been a revolution in like Mexican food and like Tex-Mex food the last decade or so.
Absolutely.
And there's just so much really good stuff out there now. Just great tacos that I just not used to.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what caused the revolution, but there's way more authentic style Mexican food than there used to be.
Yes.
Like, way more.
We should save some hot sauce for Lewis. He loves hot sauce.
Lewis does love hot sauce.
And
Can you hand me a napkin?
I love all of the different things that are being mixed too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh hey, because every culture seems to have a taco or a taco
Some version of that,
equivalent. Be it like shawarma
Yeah.
or like the buns or
yeah.
wraps and
The
things.
pitas.
Yeah. Oh.
You get a pita or something like that. Yeah, there's always like some sort of version. I can't really think of like, oh yeah. I was going to say, I can't think of an Italian version, but I guess like maybe a calzone. It's like an Italian version of a taco. I don't know. It's covered though. It's more of a...
Right. And more just like, hey, a piece of bread, and throw some stuff on it.
Yeah. You got your starch and you got your stuff in the middle. Your protein in the middle.
Pizza.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I am a little surprised that the Tijuana Flats taco isn't a whole lot better than the... Now, have you eaten at Salsa's?
Yes.
I feel like that's pretty authentically made Mexican food. I feel like it's pretty good food.
They have my favorite Mexican dish, which is chile Colorado.
I'm gonna finish myself.
And
taco.
yeah, but
did I put trash on there? Sorry.
but yeah,
that's
it's,
your hard shell. That's
Yeah,
not-
that I'm done with
it's
that.
just one of those things where it's like a slow roasted meat. It's chili. Sometimes you,
anytime slow roast
Yeah.
meat's cooked slowly.
Yeah, I mean it's great. It's just
Yeah.
here's half of this taco too.
Yeah, you can eat that too if you want.
I use the very sharp knife you brought over here to slice a taco in half.
All right, so overall of the tacos we got, I think Daniel was thinking the soft shell Taco Bell taco's the best. Yeah.
They back in the day they used to sell like a 12-pack or
I think you can still get them.
okay.
We got a family pack of tacos one time.
Okay.
Yeah.
My family is super picky, and they don't like Mexican food for the most part.
Oh, really? Your kids?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So like Taco Bell,
That stinks because it's pretty cheap.
yeah. Like there's things that they will like, they will have, but like it's not like I can go order like a 12-pack of tacos, and here's for the family. If I got a 12-pack of tacos, it would be for me, which is why I look like this.
Yeah.
So
We recently got a 12-pack of tacos. Do you remember that? We had a Harry Potter party.
Ooh.
For some reason, we got tacos for the Harry Potter party.
Obviously.
And I got a 12. I just went and got a 12-pack of tacos at Taco Bell. It is. I will say.
Like, Asio taco.
Yeah, that's right. I think, as far as money, like Taco Bell is the cheapest large amount of food you can get. It rivals pizza. Like pizza is the cheapest large amount of food you can get.
Yes.
Because you can serve many people with one pizza. Like each pizza serves a few, 3 or 4 people. Well, 3 or 4 people that aren't us. 3 or 4 children. We'll say that.
When I started dating my wife, she has two kids from a previous marriage. So my 2 stepkids, we started dating, and she was planning one of their birthday parties. And she's like, we've got to order food. You're in charge of this.
Okay.
I'm like, how many kids are going to be there? She's like, there's going to be like 10 kids there. I'm like, okay, we need like 12 pizzas then, right? Because like each kid gets a pizza. And my wife she's looking at me like I'm insane. And I'm like, I don't know how kids work. Like the last time I ordered food, it was for a fraternity party, and these are the proportions I'm used to. But yes, the pizza.
I mean, it is. I mean, and especially if you get a deal, like Domino's has their $7.99 larges and stuff like that. It's like it's the cheapest food you can get for that amount of people. That's why companies do that instead of giving you raises. They have pizza parties because it's so cheap to have a pizza party. But
Do a National Pizza Day.
maybe there is a National Pizza Day. There could be. We'll probably do it if there is one. But I would say tacos are pretty close. Like Taco Bell is pretty close to being on that level of a ton of food for cheap.
Yeah, there's a reason why peasant food is so popular. That's
Yeah, I would definitely taco. So I agree that the soft shell taco was better than the hard shell, but I also acknowledge that if we ate the hard shell taco at the restaurant, it probably would be better.
yes, yeah, that's
I do like a hard shell taco sometimes.
hard. And what's weird though, I also learned that hard shell tacos are a very American thing.
Oh yeah, they don't have they don't really do those in
Right,
Yeah,
and
they don't because they're fried.
Yeah,
Right, they just throw them in the. That's what a hard shell taco is. You throw
pretty sure.
soft corn. Yeah, because they eat soft corn tacos for the most part in Mexican restaurants.
Yep.
And if you go to like Salsa's, I don't think has a hard shell corn tortilla. Do they?
I don't think if they do, I haven't had it.
They have soft ones you
Yeah.
can get there, but yeah, I don't think so. And they usually call them street tacos when they have them in the soft corn, but
Right.
that's a Mexican taco, by the way. If you go to Mexico and ask for, if you're like, hey, help me find a Mexican taco, what we call street tacos in a Mexican restaurant, that's what a Mexican taco is
Yes.
for the most part. You're going to find they're going to be the small thing, the small tortilla, soft shell corn. It's going to have meat on it. It's going to have onions on it, cilantro, and some salsa maybe. I don't like
maybe like squeeze some lime.
squeeze a lime on it.
That's it.
That kind of thing. It's going to have some sort of meat or chicken, like chicken or beef. Like it is. That is what a taco is.
Yes.
what we eat as tacos in America, like with the lettuce and the cheese and stuff like that, none of that's really on a.
Yeah, it's a gringo taco.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
white-
That's a
white people
Tex-Mex.
tacos.
Yeah, white people. I love white people tacos. By the way,
White people tacos are great.
white people taco night is one of the best nights here in our family.
Oh, I love.
We get us some ground beef. We season it with some cumin. That is the white people taco seasoning. I know cumin is probably also I know that's like a Latin seasoning, but I would feel like that white people have adopted that as Latin seasoning, cumin.
Yes.
It's just like throw some cumin on it, tastes like a taco. Get some sour cream, some lettuce, some tomatoes, some guacamole. We got ourselves a white people taco night.
Yeah.
Which taco do you think is the best?
I agree that hard shell taco is a little better, the Tijuana Flats one. It kept its crisp a little better. But I really liked that hot sauce.
Yeah.
With the hot sauce, that taco's a 10 out of 10. So I didn't realize we lost audio there with a few minutes left. Not too long. We're already at an hour, so we should be fine. But I just wanted to sign off real quick. Joey Nickel with Bobby Parker. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends. I will say, next week our show is far and away the best show we've done so far. It's only our third show, but it's an amazing show. So please tell your friends. And if they have not listened to episode 1 and 2, that's probably fine. They can start with 3. But join us on all the platforms. And if you have any questions, you can email us at todayispodcast@gmail.com with any questions or concerns or fan mail or whatever you want to say. todayispodcast.com. I'm Joey Nickel with Bobby Parker. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening to Today Is. Join us tomorrow. I don't know. Bobby came up with that one. We'll see.